On Sundays, we go to war, guys. So we need a player that is a little cocky, that isn't afraid to slap the shit out of you if he has to, that isn't afraid to sock you in the gut if he needs to. What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Raider Los. If you're new to this channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. And if you already subscribed, hit that bell, hit that like, and leave me a comment to let me know if you like what I'm doing or if you don't. And also, if you would like to follow me on any social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, you can follow me at Raider__Los. Well, let's get straight to it, guys. Training camp is officially underway, and there's plenty of news for us to talk about. Well, to begin with, the Raiders have officially released tight end O.J. Howard. We just signed this guy to a 1-year deal, but right after we signed him, we went and drafted Michael Mayer in the 2nd round, and I had a feeling he was going to end up starting eventually this season. Well, reports are starting to come out that they are impressed with Michael Mayer, and in fact, they could see him starting day one. I personally think so, and I want him to be the starter day one. And in other news, Josina Anderson is reporting that the Raiders and Josh Jacobs are going to continue and go back into talks with a contract extension. Yes, he can get a long-term deal. He can only get 1 year, but maybe we'll pay him more than that $10 million that he originally was going to get for the franchise tag. That's where I think we're headed. There's no way in hell he would come back and accept less money and not sign his franchise tag. So, fingers crossed. That's something to look into. Let's see what happens with Josh Jacobs if we could re-sign him, because we definitely need him on that field. I want him week 1 ready to go against the Donkeys. Now let's get straight into why you guys clicked on this video. As you may have heard, Jimmy Garoppolo and Maxx Crosby got into it. It is being reported by Tashawn Reed, a Raiders reporter, that the two players got into it, and that it was bad enough that they had to send Maxx Crosby on a run to do some laps. Now, from the outside looking in, it looks terrible. The Raiders' star defensive player and their newly signed quarterback going at it. That can't be any good. Well, quite frankly, I love this, guys. This is something we have lacked the last 9 years. For the last 9 years, we have had someone under quarterback that was too nice, too respectful, and just didn't get after players like Jimmy did. The fact that Jimmy is going at it with our defensive players so bad that Maxx had to take a lap, I think that's a great sign for Jimmy. That's a sign that he's here and he's making his presence felt. He ain't going to just let guys talk shit on him. He ain't going to let the defense rattle his cage. He is there. He's going to stand his ground and he's going to talk his shit back. And I love this. Why? Because all the great quarterbacks talk shit. They all have that fire under them. Like guys like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. All those quarterbacks, what do they have in common other than they're great? Well, one thing is they love to talk shit, they're cocky, and they're confident. When we had Derek, he wasn't those things. He wasn't confident at all, actually. Whenever he would turn the ball over or whenever he would throw the ball out of bounds, he would look to the sideline with his hands up and with a frown on his face. I'm tired of looking at that. I'm finally happy that we have a quarterback that's not going to be scared to cuss, to get into someone's face. We need a quarterback like that, especially for the Raiders organization. Whenever you think of the Raiders quarterbacks, you always think of a cocky dog. The Ken Stablers of the world, the Rich Gannon. What those guys had in common is that they were confident and they didn't let shit like this get under their skin. Shit, it was said that Ken Slaver would drink some bourbon on the sidelines, and there are plenty of videos of Rich Gannon getting into it on the sidelines with John Gruden, screaming at him. And John Gruden would back down. Why? Because that's what he would bring out of Rich Gannon. He knew he was lighting a fire under him. he tried to do that same thing to Derek, and Derek would fold. You know, this is not a bash video on Derek Carr. All I'm stating is that I'm loving the way that we're going, us as Raiders. Like I said, we need a quarterback that is not scared to talk his shit, someone that brings that intensity. When his offensive teammates see this, like Devontae, Andre James, his offensive line, when they see their quarterback going at it with a player like Maxx Crosby, you know, they're, let's go, baby. This boy's bringing the juice. Let's go. I'm ready to go to war for this guy. You know, on Sundays, we go to war, guys. So we need a player that is a little cocky, that isn't afraid to slap the shit out of you if he has to, that isn't afraid to sock you in the gut if he needs to. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole thing of Maxx Crosby and Jimmy Garoppolo going at it. Do you think it was a good thing or is it a bad thing? And also, let me know what you guys think about the Raiders releasing O.J. Howard. Do you think Michael Mayer, it's his time? You think he's going to be day one ready to go? Let me know in the comments, guys. And until next time, peace.